Hello and welcome to Melt. I'm Anant Rangaswami. I'm in one of my favorite towns. I'm in a small place called Anand, which is about 45 minutes drive away from Baroda. And I love coming here because I learn so much each time I come here because I get to interview Mr. R.S. Sodhi, who is the Managing Director of Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation. To all of you, let me give you the household name. Mr. Sodhi runs Amul, and I'm here to talk to him because it's always a fantastic conversation. Mr. Sodhi runs what is arguably India's largest Fmcg company. Though media is shy to call it that, I call it that. Hello, Mr. Sodhi.
Thank you, Anandji. And let me clarify, I don't run it. Yes. This Amul is run by 36 lakh farmers of Gujarat. So they run it. They are on our board. So we are just employee.
Right. So let me talk to the number one employee of these 36 lakh people.
Yeah.
So tell me, sir, what are the challenges in the last year? The last year has seen a lot of challenges. In the FMCG sector, specific to dairy and dairy products, what are the challenges you think you've had to surmount in the last year?
I think what biggest thing which we have seen is challenge or change is happening is now the boundaries between urban or the metro and the rural or the smaller tier 2 trees is blurring.
Right.
I mean, the product which we were selling in metro, Delhi, Bombay or bigger cities, now also being demanded in a smaller village type markets are having 1,000 population, 2,000. No doubt they may be requiring product in a small pack size.
Right.
But cheese or butter or ice creams or beverages. And second is fresh product also. I mean, we are collecting milk from the villages, but now demand from villages also coming from packed milk or packed buttermilk or dahi.
Right, right.
But coming specifically, last 1 year, one area which has really helped us a lot is GST.
Right.
With the coming of GST, I think all big FMCG majors have become business has become very comfortable, I say.
Right. Why is that happening?
You see, one is now your stock points or the warehouses are based on logistic purpose, not on the state basis.
Right.
Second is now with one nation, one tax, we are not to go for state-wise which product is attacked, which one we used to have the VAT consultant, and there used to be lot of time of commercial people going into deciding what tax a particular product will charge.
Right.
So
because
that
the MRP is constant.
Constant. MRP constant, you have to change your price. Right. If particular state any change in VAT happens, so you have to again review your MRP. So that has really, GST has helped in that way also.
Right.
And no doubt now cooperatives like Amul definitely benefit with the GST. We get a set of all for our inputs also. And now we were paying CST also 2%. Right. Now we are not to pay. Right. I mean, whatever is there, it is a set off we get.
Right.
So as such, for dairy, especially for cooperative, GST benefits are there.
Okay.
So one is that. The other change which we have seen happening in the FMCG or food is now East is also gradually becoming big market for branded or packed.
Right.
We had this misconception that only if you launch a product like our milkshakes,
right,
or our beverages, only metro city or people where have got capacity more to pay. But I mean, we were surprised that demand for cool or lassi is coming more from Jharkhand, Bihar, Eastern UP or Northeast than the bigger metro cities.
Right. And why do you think that phenomenon is there? Is it because
I think there also consumers want to try and give to their families or children basically good brand and nutrition.
Right.
So, and they are able to afford it also. For food, I found the lower end also people are becoming more and more affordable as well as brand conscious.
Right.
So which is good for brand like Amul.
Right. So what are the other challenges? You're talking here, this is production and distribution challenges by and large. What are the other challenges? For example, in the communication area? Or
see, if you talk about challenges overall, I talked about last year, but overall what are the challenges which we are facing in the near future? Basically, first you talk about the product categories. One is there now consumer want to try all products which they are now buying loose or unbranded. It was atta or dahi or buttermilk or sweets. They want in branded and packed because they have got trust more in that.
Right.
So that is because a lot of the adulteration is happening. So people want a trustworthy brand. So the biggest challenge which a food company, dairy company is how to shift people from unbranded to the branded.
Right.
Second challenge we have found is that people want in the tier 2, tier 3 rural because small packs.
Right. So
Small
SKUs.
packs. Demand for small packs is multiplying.
Right.
I mean, we are finding it difficult to meet we expand the capacity and the demand also increases to that.
Right.
So always we are on expansion as well as small pack capacity is concerned.
Right.
Third is market has become very, very conscious for price point.
Right.
5 rupee and 10 rupee point in food is very, very important. Any product which one has to give price point of 5 rupees and 10 rupees. So that has become very important. Now next challenge has become you talk about in distribution.
Right.
Because
And cold chain.
cold chain is a big, especially if you are handling dairy. Now, over a period of time, power availability all over India has improved considerably.
Right.
Earlier, we used to, in north and east, there used to be power cut for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12, and it was affecting the distribution of frozen and chilled product.
Right.
But that has gone. Now, all over India, you get more or less 24 hours power, so you'll suddenly you find that a number of outlets selling frozen products like ice creams or the chilled product increasing. So that also is giving us a lot of opportunity to expand distribution in rural area. Distribution, the biggest challenge is, you see, there are 3 segments for food: general trade, and then the modern trade, and the third evolving area is e-commerce.
Right.
Right now, all over India, general trade is 90%, modern trade and e-commerce is 10%. But if you do city-wise analysis, there are in some cities, only 50% is general trade, balance 50% is modern trade and
E-commerce put together. Right.
Because you see, all these 3 distribution are different. But you have to see how to judiciously put your efforts, investments, and focus on these type of 3. Because each one of wants priority.
Right.
Each one that I should be given first preference, whether new products or the margins or the communication.
Right.
So as to you have to also see your sales for distribution. I mean, whether you should have same people looking after these 3 channels or different
specialists.
people.
Right.
So this is, I mean, one I can say it is a testing phase how to. And other 4th, especially channel which is developing very fast in food is Horeca.
Right.
Horeca used to be earlier 5 to 10% of our most of our. But in some product categories 20, 30, 40%. In cheese category it is around more than 40%.
That's unbranded. It just goes in bulk.
No, it is branded.
Sure.
Because there are small. And when you want to cater to Horeca, it is not directly, it has to through existing chains.
Right.
So your distributor also catering, your modern trade, cash and carry people are also catering, and somewhere maybe e-commerce. So one has to see how to take care of all these 4 channels. Your commercial terms have to be see how to meet the expectations because everybody's got different cost centers also.
Right.
So that is in distribution, lot of changes have happened, and any FMCG food company has to see that how they keep changing with the change in the markets and distribution pattern.
Right.
Now coming in the other challenge which is coming the communication.
Absolutely.
There were, I remember when 37 years back I joined Amul, there were only 3 channels. I mean press, radio or outdoor. And then the TV came, and then everybody was putting 70% on TV, balance 25% on press, 4 or 5% outdoor or other thing. Born with the coming of digital, that is becoming big. And today's youth, we talk millennials, they don't, I don't see people now watching even TV except
Right.
sports or the movies.
Or news.
So, or news. How to catch these people?
Right.
So then your social media or digital media is becoming very attractive. But TV has got its importance
And so
because
does
your
print for you.
big major segment housewife is watching. Well, it is becoming very challenging where to put your money. How to catch your consumer in communication is the biggest challenge all the media professionals facing.
Right.
Because it's very uncertain. Gradually it's becoming uncertain.
Right.
And so is the cost of reaching to consumers is becoming very heavy. Now, launching any new product or building brand nationally has become extremely difficult, time consuming and very, very expensive. So now what I found is people are now going branding more or building regional brands and then scaling up.
Right. In your case, you've had your love. Amul historically has had a love for outdoor because of your topicals.
Topical.
And that outdoor is translating smoothly into social, the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
topicals. So how much energy do you put in social? Because I find if I tag Amul Cooperative when I'm on Twitter, within 2 minutes I get a response. So what is the strategy that you're applying in outdoor and social, digital and social?
You see, digital and social media is very important if you want to reach to this youth.
Right.
Or even, everybody is now on digital. I'm there, everybody is there.
Sure.
Okay. But you see, reaching to digital, there are two types. One is no doubt paid. You can put your commercial on the YouTube or the Facebook or anywhere. But how to measure the performance, that is becoming difficult.
Right.
But we are more dependent on second, that creating contents,
Earned media.
creating contents which people talk, which our consumer propagate or the people comment or generating traction on content generated by us so that it becomes viral. You take example of our all topicals. How much money we spend on creating? Nothing. We just put it on our amul.com, our site or the Facebook. Overnight you'll get lakhs of people
Talking about it.
talking.
And forward it,
it
sharing
becomes,
it.
any good topical becomes viral.
Right.
And also, you take example of this surgical strike which happened and Wing Commander Abhinandan matter, and we just put our Mooch commercial.
Right.
And everybody, we got lakhs of responses.
Right.
So we believe more consumer talking about our products or our campaign, and then it is becoming viral.
Okay.
So you have to pay for it, and people actually in today's world, people believe more in word of mouth
Right.
instead of seeing some particular ad is coming.
Right. Which
So-
leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
Amul generally is very low profile when as far as PR is concerned. I'm not talking about paid communication or advertising. Why not today, for the last, from inception? Why is that?
Our people are every Indian who is consuming Amul product, everybody consumes in the morning butter or milk or dahi, and they are our basically word of mouth publicity people. We don't have paid PR department, let me tell
Right.
you.
You don't have a department.
We do not have a single person in Amul responsible for PR or for communication.
Right.
So our consumer talk.
Right.
And we believe in that. And I don't think when you have got paid people or paid PR stories, people believe more.
Right.
So, whatever you say, people know about Amul.
Absolutely.
And it is there.
Absolutely.
Top of the mind.
Right.
And we don't have much budgets also for advertising. We spend less than 1% on advertising.
Right.
So we do not have much money also.
Right. So now I've been here a few times in the last year. One of the things I see every time I come here, there's a new product launch, or maybe 1 or 2 new products launch. So why is it that you're launching so many products of late? It's products, not only SKUs, which you spoke about earlier. New products. What is causing that?
So when you talk about new products, there are 2 trends which you have to analyze. One is consumer want now. Like I said earlier, whatever product he or she is consuming by buying local or making at home, she wants it in packed and branded form.
Right.
Whether it's a curd or rice or
Ghee.
ghee, anything. Okay. So one is launching new products or variants, keeping in mind the existing products consumed by the
Right.
consumers.
Right.
Second is bringing westernized product to the India,
Right.
like exotic cheese or chocolates or new types of yogurts.
Right.
So in Amul, we are looking to both these segments, shifting people from loose unbranded to the branded form,
Right.
like dahi or the kulfis,
Right.
or the we are launching number of sweets also.
Right.
Second is we are bringing the westernized product like yogurts or the cakes, etc. Like we are now in the bakery segment also.
Right.
So that is us. New product development, what people call it. We are launching every month 2.5 new products of variant.
Right.
And that is the speed which we have got.
Right.
Once we conceive a product, within 3 months, product is in the market.
Right.
And let me also tell you here, we do not have any new product development division of people.
Right.
People at the shop floor, people in the production, people in the quality assurance.
Your dealers, your distributors.
We get ideas from them,
Right.
but products are developed by our shop floor people, production people. They develop products.
Right.
And then they own the product. And we have found that by this, the speed of developing and launching a product is very fast.
Right. Mr. Sodhi, my team and I had visited Kumbh.
Yeah,
We were
yeah.
there for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And we were most impressed by what Amul has done at Kumbh. So you were present in large parts of Kumbh. Second is, you seem to have got it right with the SKUs and the stock. It was not getting sold out, but it was just enough for keeping that unit or that particular shop going. How did you plan for Kumbh? How long did you take to plan for Kumbh?
See, let me tell you, Kumbh is basically a festival or mela where a population equal to Delhi is there for 45 days.
Right.
So you get Delhi market in a small geography of 10 by 10.
Right.
So that is the opportunity.
Right.
So when this festival is coming, or this Kumbh Mela was coming, so first thing is how to increase your presence there.
Right.
So there was a e-tendering by the local Mela organizers. We participated and we got 32 stalls within
The
Prayagraj.
yeah.
And then what problem is that when Kumbh is there, no traffic is allowed.
Right.
So we had to have our stock point inside the city, inside the Mela areas.
Right.
So we opened our chilled as a dry warehouse in the Mela area.
Right.
And transportation was done in the midnight.
Right.
Our refrigerated and frozen trucks were standing throughout the day to feed these 32 points as well as the local market. Because from outside you can't bring during
Right.
those days.
Right.
Only in the midnight you can bring.
Right.
So that was the plan. We got, especially for the new product also, we got very good trial like Meetha Dahi. Very good trial. And the product branding also is a very good opportunity. Because when consumers see every 10 meter, 20 meter Amul stalls or Amul brand, it creates good image.
Now tell me, last time I came here, you had mentioned that your team has been sitting in Prayagraj for more than a year and a half. You took a 2-bedroom flat or something.
Yeah, the hotels you can't go.
Correct.
We had some flats where our team of around 15 people were there to monitor all these things.
Right.
And we got good sales also around, I think for the Mela premises only, we got a sale of around 10 crore rupees.
Right.
Only in the Mela areas.
Right.
And it has created good image about the brand.
So what is the learning you can take from Kumbh to similar events and vice versa?
You see, such type of events are organized all over India.
Right.
Maybe scale may differ. Here, 1.5 crore people had come. There it may be some 20, 30 lakh, 40 lakhs. So we have got a calendar for each state. What are such melas or festivals are there, especially for our impulse product like for ice cream and beverages.
Right.
So we ensure that we participate. Like in Gujarat, the Shivratri festival is there. So we have to participate there. Krishna Janmashtami in Rajkot is a very, very important festival. So that each our team knows that in their area they have to participate in all the fairs and melas.
Right.
In India, it is very, very important.
Right. So now, to close, I want to ask you, what are your challenges for the next year? Because what you described as last year's challenges, what are going to be next year's challenges, are completely different things at the pace at which things are moving.
You see, we are in food and then in dairy. If you see the total India's FMCG sector, dairy is the biggest product category.
Right.
Total market is 7 lakh crore, but branded is around 1.7 lakh crore. There is no other sector that big.
Right.
Leave aside food or FMCG, all industry.
Right.
And it is growing. The dairy sector, the branded is growing at double digit, around 14 to 15%. So first challenge is how Amul can not only maintain leadership, can get maximum share of the growing demand.
Right.
Amul, Gujarat Milk Marketing Federation turnover this year is around 33,500 crore. Only 9 years back we were only 8,000 crore. Today 33,000. Amul brand as such is 45,000 crore.
Right.
So our target is how to continue to grow at 17-18% of CAGR. That we have got.
Right.
So what is required for that? First is you require raw material, and this raw material is not available in the market. You have to have your own backward integration, direct contact with the farmers or the milk producer to collect the milk.
Right.
So milk procurement we have to expand every year within Gujarat, outside Gujarat also. Second is expanding your processing capacities. Today we have got a processing capacity of around 340 lakh liters. So we are expanding every year around 20 to 30 lakh liters. So every year we invest around 800 crore rupees on new capacities.
Right.
So that is the challenge: procurement and processing capacity.
Right.
Third is how to keep launching new product. For that, you see, launching new product means you have to put the processing facilities, the packing facilities, as well as
Cold chain, distribution.
So, no, we have got cold chain. So, we ensure that whatever 4 distribution highway we have got for ambient or chilled or frozen, all products match that. So, that is the one thing. Then distribution gradually, like I said earlier, is becoming very big challenge. So, what major change in distribution which we have done or which we are further working is Amul distributor will be there any place which is a population of 10,000 people.
Right.
Earlier our target was 50, then we brought down 20, now 10,000. And we have seen the maximum growth is coming for all our product categories when we go to a place with a population of 5,000 and 10,000 and 20,000.
Right.
All product category.
Right.
So that. And the next is communication or building brand. I mean, which media to use, that is a big challenge.
Anyway, so I'll end on that. I think next week you've got your communication partners visiting you in Anand.
Yeah. That is every year we do planning all over in this month only, that what we'll be doing for the various brands for the next year.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Sodhi.
Thank you, Anant.
Always a pleasure to be here. I hope you enjoyed that conversation that you heard with Mr. Sodhi. I always love listening to him, and I learned so much. I hope all of you did as well. You can catch this interview or previous interviews on readytomelt.com. Catch us on our Twitter handles, our social media handles, and look forward to having you back with us next week. Thank you so much.